Hello, happy Thursday. It is the end of the day. I hope you guys had a great day. I thought I would go live today, and it never happened. So it's becoming live tonight. And I wanted to share a little talk on age appropriate activities and how to decide if you think something's age appropriate for your child. This kind of goes with the theme that we've been talking about all month, which is values and how values are important in family and how your values translate to your kids and how to handle that. So hopefully you've seen the other couple of videos I've done and they've been helpful for you, just like I hope this one is helpful for you. So this one, as I was thinking about it, I started thinking about something that happened this past weekend. I had taken Isaac, he's my son, he's 8, to a Jimmy Buffett concert. And so as he was there, I was thinking the whole time, is this age appropriate? And when I first planned it, I was like, of course it'll be, because it's Jimmy Buffett. It's all ages and there's all different types of people there. It's not like hard rock. Or I didn't think people were doing a lot of drugs. I thought maybe there might be some marijuana, but nothing really else. So as I was there, and it really wasn't too bad. But what I did notice was like the drinking, and I didn't really think about that as much. I don't know why, but there's a ton of drinking, and I don't know if you noticed or not. And luckily the crowd we were around wasn't too bad, but that was the one thing that I thought about later. And then it was really loud. Obviously we're at a concert, and I kept thinking, oh my God, his poor ears. It's so loud. I should have brought like things to put like ear things to put inside, because I was really concerned that he was damaging his eardrums. So that's what I was thinking about when we were there. But he had a fabulous time. And overall, I do think it was age appropriate. What's interesting is that I had bought the tickets 2 years ago before COVID. So he would have only been 6 when I bought them for him to go, because I knew how much he loved Jimmy Buffett. But looking back, I'm so glad he was 8 and not 6, because at the time, 6 is really young for a concert. And I don't think I realized how young it was until now. So I would definitely recommend waiting till 8. And even still, it was a little stressful at times, like leaving with just the crowd of people and all that. But it was fun. So hopefully he enjoyed it and it was a good memory for him. So moving on to the age appropriate activities I'm talking about tonight, we're going to kind of talk about media, social media, TV, movies, and I'm going to give you some really good resources at the end of my favorite ones that I use and the ones I usually give to parents that I see. So I want you to think about right now, how do you decide what your kids do or do not watch? And I'll make this a little bigger so you can see. Do you follow other parents' advice? Do you look at ratings like that the ratings board does, like the mature or PG-13? Do you do what your parents did? Do you talk to your spouse about it? Do you read reviews? Do you ask your child? How do you decide? Because it's really important for you to know that, so then as they grow, they don't manipulate the situation. So you need to have a pretty clear reason and know why you decide what you do in regards to social media, TV shows, movies, any of that. You need to know and stand pretty firm on whatever your decision is, because if not, the kids will manipulate that. So make sure you know and think about these ones I put here and decide which one you use, or maybe you don't use any of them. Let me know in the comments, how do you decide what your kids do or what they watch? All right, so these are some things to think about when you're making the decision, right? So the one thing that I'm always thinking about is brain development and the science behind it. So are they under 5? Because under 5, they really shouldn't be on TV or anything. Are they watching too much too soon? So if they're young, they might be seeing too much too soon for their brain, and their brain can't comprehend all of it, right? So they're not able to understand. And then you can't unsee something, right? So once they see something, they can't unsee it. So if they're young and they're seeing anything sexual, anything violent, that is in their head. And they're going to want to see it again because they're going to be curious. So really think about the brain. The brain is a computer, and the more it sees, the more complicated it's going to be for you and your little one. So that's one thing I always think about, is the brain development. And I could get more into that, but I'm going to kind of leave it there. But it's really, really important to think about that when you start allowing your kids to watch something. The next thing to think about is your own child's maturity. Are they somebody that gets easily scared when they see something? Are they too mature? Like you're trying to slow them down a little bit, or are they immature? So be thinking about, like, with your child, what kind of kid is it? And I think each child individually, you'd be able to make that decision. Like maybe you have multiple kids and one of them is super mature and you're trying to slow them down. So really monitor what they're watching even more than you might another one of your kids that isn't as mature. So it's a really individual decision, but I think it's important to be very clear on how you're going to make the decision so they don't manipulate you. And then finally, your family values. Think about that before you decide to let them watch or do something or go somewhere. What are your beliefs about it? What is your spouse's opinion? What are your religious or cultural beliefs around it? So those are things you need to be clear on. And if that is something you struggle with, go back to the first video I did in April. And there's a great link with a little quiz you can do that is free and maybe give you some clarity on what your values are. And that will help you with decisions that you make. One thing I've learned about kids in the years that I've worked with them in the classroom, in the schools, just on my own, is you have to be clear and be very specific and know what you're talking about, or they will manipulate you. So you have to know why you're deciding the things you're deciding. You might not need to tell them why you are, but you need to know inside, because then you can be clear and you can be firm and assertive, and they can only push you so far, right? You can't be wishy-washy or they're going to be able to push you around with it. And kids are really good about that. And it happens to me at times, but I'm pretty firm for the most part. And only because I've been around kids for so long, I know I need to be, and I know that they can manipulate. So just be firm and clear with what you decide in regards to how you choose to let them do something or the things they watch. And then finally, these are my favorite places to go to learn more, right? So these are a few of I didn't end up putting the books. I just did websites and there's an Instagram thing on here and I'll tell you. So for me, anytime, like when I'm with parents or even with my own child, I look up books, I'll look up movies, video games, TV shows, and he knows. He even looks them up himself now to see what I would say. So my favorites are Common Sense Media. That's a great one. You can look up video games on Common Sense Media. You can look up TV shows. You can look up movies, and it'll give you opinions from kids, parents, the movie people. So it is a great one and it's free. So Common Sense Media is a great place to go to learn about how to make a decision about your child watching a movie or video game or social media, whatever it is that they're asking you to do. The other one is called Kids in Mind. Now, I used to love this one a lot too, but I think they charge now. So I don't go to that one as much, but that is a website. You can look it up and you can also do it as an app on your phone. And I had it for a while, but I think I took it off because I do think they started charging. Let me see if it's on here still. But it's a good one. And I used it quite a bit. Yeah, I've taken it off. But check that one out. The other website I like a lot is Child Mind Institute, their family resources. This is a great one. And this is really good for anything, what you're doing with your kids, what you're watching, anything. This is a great website. Highly recommend it if you have questions about things that are going on in your families. Really, really good one. And then finally, Protect Young Eyes. This is primarily for social media, and they actually have an app. They're pretty big on Instagram. And so I follow them on Instagram, and they post some really good content and some really good information for you as a parent in protecting your kids, right? So protecting their eyes. Like I said at the very beginning, you cannot unsee something. So that's another really great one to check out. I recommend it. So those are my 4 that I really like. Remember, the goal as a parent, when you're making decisions and you're trying to help your kids grow into healthy adults, is be firm, assertive, and be very clear on your values and what you want them to do. It will be very helpful for you as they grow up. This is going to be the final video for April. And this was our theme this month was values and rituals and whatnot. And then next month, it's going to be on summer and the end of the school year, how to be organized, how to keep your kids busy, just some tips and things that I've done over the years and things I've done with parents. So check us out in May. And I'm glad you watched, and I hope you have a great weekend, and we'll see you soon. Bye.